Have you ever forgotten a familiar name or lost track of a conversation mid-sentence? We all have moments of forgetfulness, walking into a room and forgetting why, or searching for glasses that are right on our heads. But when do these lapses go from normal aging to something more concerning? Dementia is a progressive condition that affects memory, thinking, and even personality. It doesn't happen overnight, it starts subtly, with small changes that are easy to dismiss but may be early warning signs. And it's not just a rare condition. Dementia affects millions of Americans and countless others worldwide. But here is the good news. Catching it early can help slow its progression, improve quality of life, and even open up treatment options. In today's video, we're breaking down 10 early warning signs of dementia you should never ignore. So, without any delay, let's dive in. Number 1. Memory loss that disrupts daily life. Occasional forgetfulness is normal, but frequent memory lapses that interfere with daily activities could be an early sign of dementia. This goes beyond misplacing keys or forgetting a name. It includes repeatedly asking the same questions, forgetting important dates or events, and relying more on reminders or family members. This happens because dementia affects the brain's hippocampus, the region responsible for forming and storing new memories. As brain cells deteriorate, the ability to retain and recall recent information declines. That's why individuals with dementia may struggle to remember what they ate for breakfast, but recall childhood memories vividly. If memory loss disrupts work or social life, it's important to seek medical advice. Early detection allows for better management, potential treatments, and lifestyle adjustments to slow progression and improve quality of life. Number 2. Mood changes. Have you noticed yourself or a loved one becoming unusually irritable, anxious, or withdrawn? Mood swings can be an early warning sign of dementia. You might find that someone who was once easygoing now gets upset over small things, or someone who was social suddenly avoids friends and family. This happens because dementia affects the parts of the brain that control emotions. As a result, your reactions to situations may change without you even realizing it. One moment you're feeling fine, the next you're overwhelmed with frustration or fear. If you or someone you care about is experiencing frequent, unexplained mood shifts, don't ignore them. Number 3. Difficulty planning or solving problems. Struggling with occasional math problems or forgetting a step in a recipe happens to everyone. However, if managing finances, following a familiar recipe, or keeping track of monthly bills becomes overwhelming, it could be an early sign of dementia. This happens because dementia affects the brain's frontal lobe, which is responsible for problem-solving, reasoning, and decision-making. As the disease progresses, individuals may find it harder to focus, follow step-by-step instructions, or make logical decisions. Simple tasks like planning a grocery list or managing medication schedules can become frustrating challenges. Number 4. Confusion with time or place. Losing track of dates and seasons, or even forgetting where you are, can be an early sign of dementia. People with dementia may forget how they arrived at a certain place, struggle to recognize familiar surroundings, or feel disoriented even in their own neighborhood. For example, they might wake up in the middle of the night and think it's daytime, or forget the year they're in. This confusion can lead to increased anxiety and frustration. Occasionally, forgetting what day it is but remembering later is normal, but if a person frequently becomes disoriented or struggles to recall where they are, it could be a red flag. Seeking medical advice early can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life. Number 5. Social isolation. Have you or someone you know been avoiding social gatherings, skipping phone calls, or losing interest in hobbies? Pulling away from friends and family can be an early sign of dementia. You might feel overwhelmed in conversations, struggle to keep up, or worry about forgetting words. So, naturally, you start avoiding social situations. Over time, this isolation can lead to loneliness and even depression, making dementia symptoms worse. It's important to stay engaged. If socializing feels difficult, start small, call a close friend, join a low-pressure activity, or spend time with family. Staying connected keeps your brain active and can slow cognitive decline. Number 6. Misplacing things. We all lose our keys or forget where we put our phone sometimes, but with dementia, it goes beyond occasional forgetfulness. Have you ever placed something in a completely illogical spot, like your wallet in the fridge or your shoes in the microwave? That's a red flag. People with dementia often misplace objects and can't retrace their steps to find them. Worse, they may accuse others of stealing because they don't remember moving the item themselves. This can lead to frustration, confusion, and even paranoia. If you or a loved one are frequently losing important items and struggling to recall where they might be, it's worth paying attention. Number 7. Decreased or poor judgment. Have you ever looked back on a decision and thought, "What was I thinking?" We all make mistakes, but when someone starts showing a pattern of poor judgment, it could be an early sign of dementia. This might look like giving away large sums of money to scammers, dressing inappropriately for the weather, or neglecting personal hygiene. Simple decisions, like whether to lock the front door or take medication, can become difficult or inconsistent. Why does this happen? Dementia affects the brain's ability to assess risks and make sound decisions. As reasoning skills decline, everyday choices may seem confusing or overwhelming. Number 8. New problems with words. In speaking or writing. Have you ever had a word right on the tip of your tongue, but just couldn't get it out? That's normal. But if you or a loved one starts struggling to find simple words, losing track of conversations, or repeating phrases without realizing it, it could be a sign of something more serious. People with early dementia often have trouble following or joining discussions. They might stop mid-sentence, unable to find the right word, or call everyday objects by the wrong name, like calling a watch a hand clock. Writing can also become difficult, with sentences that are hard to follow or full of mistakes. Number 9. Trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships. Have you ever missed a step on the stairs or struggled to judge the distance when parking? Occasional missteps happen, but when vision and spatial awareness problems become frequent, it could be a sign of dementia. People with dementia may struggle to interpret what they see. They might have trouble reading, recognizing faces, or judging distances. Simple tasks like pouring coffee without spilling or navigating familiar spaces can suddenly feel confusing. This happens because dementia affects the brain's ability to process visual and spatial information. If you or a loved one frequently misjudges distances, struggles with coordination, or finds it harder to recognize familiar places, it's worth looking into. Number 10. Struggling with familiar tasks. Have you ever found yourself forgetting how to do something you've done countless times before, like cooking a meal, managing finances, or using a household appliance? It might feel frustrating, but it could also be an early sign of dementia. As dementia progresses, the brain's ability to process and execute tasks it's done for years starts to fade. This isn't just about forgetting one detail, but losing track of the entire task. For example, someone might struggle to follow a recipe they've made before, or forget how to use their phone or computer, even though they've used these things daily for years. If you notice yourself or someone you care about becoming increasingly confused by routine activities, it's time to talk to a healthcare professional. So there you have it, 10 warning signs that could indicate dementia and why early detection is key. If you or someone you know is experiencing any of these symptoms, it's important to seek guidance from a healthcare professional. Early intervention can make a big difference in managing the condition and improving the quality of life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos.